first date. You packed the water 'cause I couldn't carry the weight. And into the ashes you carved out a heart with our names. I can still picture your smile through the mask on your face. And we keep dancing through siren sound. They drown the crying out, but there's nothing to cry about, 'cause there's no one that I'd rather watch the world end with. We used to joke about how we thought this would go down. Super volcanoes and meteors out of the clouds. And we always knew it would end in a nuclear shroud. And we could say we told you so, but what good is that now? And I try to keep on the sunny side, but the sun's burning me alive. Guess there's nowhere better to die, 'cause there's no one that I'd rather watch the world end with. And there's no one that I'd rather watch the world end with.
What's going on, beautiful people of YouTube? Bart here with Tully Television, and I'm coming at you again with another comic book review. But before we get into all that, I want to thank all of you for stopping by, commenting, liking, sharing, all that beautiful stuff to help us get into the algorithm of YouTube. Because only together can we grow our community and go straight to the moon, baby. I know I'm still owing you guys a watch along to the movie 300. It's been here. I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to get to that. I really am, guys. I didn't forget about that. But today, we're going to be getting into Once Upon a Time at the End of the World, number 11. The love story set in the apocalypse between Maceo and Esmeralda. If you remember, these 3 stories are broken up into 5 issues each. And we're at the last storyline now. This book series of comics is going to be called Not Even If You're the Last Person on Earth. And chapter 1 here, issue 11, is entitled How Do We Move On From Ruin? Written by Jason Aaron, illustrated by Nick Dragato. Colorist is Rico Renzi, and I believe if I'm not mistaken, this cover is also done by Nick Dragato, which I liked that cover more. And then there's some of the other ones that we've had. Now, if you remember in the first set of stories, we were with Maceo as he was being tortured by a bunch of creatures, humanoid-looking creatures, and he was saved by Esmeralda, and we've seen how they wound up meeting and falling in love. The second set of issues revolved around the rise and fall of Golganoza, a city of love that they built with other people, but due to problems with the power supply and this gaseous stuff that was affecting people in the community, Golganoza wound up falling apart, and Maceo and Esmeralda wound up separating and going their own ways. But as we see, and also what this series does is it kind of time shifts between the past, present, and future to some sort of degree. But I like how in this issue they kind of tie a little bit of everything together from the first two sets of series on how they met and what's been going on up until now, into where Esmeralda, this is of course the back, how that's done. And basically we have Maceo. We start off with Maceo at first, thinking about that day that him and Esmeralda parted ways, and how much it left like a hole in his soul and heart and everything. That's how these things wound up coming across. This was pretty much after the last issue in which him and Esmeralda parted ways again, after he was accusing her of sending those people after him. And it seems like he's been able to graft a shotgun into his arm, so he can use it as a weapon. And he kind of realized as he was getting lost that he forgot to tell his people that it was him coming back. And he kind of explains how he met these two people, as he's talking about how he came across Esmeralda. I just want to try to see. He's also telling them how he had asked her if she sent those people to him to hurt him. She said no. He's unsure if he believes her or not, but this is where the headquarters is with him and the two people that are with him. I'm trying to see here. He's also telling them how she did help kill some of them herself, so maybe it wasn't really her, but in any regard, they're contemplating on whether to go somewhere else or stay where they're at. And then we kind of see here in the beginning where Esmeralda and Maceo met. She wasn't big on him. She wasn't really wanting to have him around because she thought that with the rules of the Wasteland Rangers that he would hold her down. But, he basically tells them, no Rangers looking to torture you for no reason at all. you know, again, coming up with plans and stuff like that. Maybe figuring out if he has to do this by himself or not, because he doesn't really want um, any more people getting hurt. You know what I mean? We pick up here kind of in the present time uh, with these people who are clearly affected by the atmosphere and environment around them. They're looking to go have one last party, so to speak. And here we find old lady Esmeralda here, sending in rats on fire and arrows and everything to take them out because she's probably feeling mad about what's been going on and how she's been living her life. And she kind of gets exposed for being the one that kind of helped create these type of people, so to speak, or maybe was leading them, because they kind of talk like as if as if she created a new Wasteland Rangers and became what she didn't want to become, which was like that old lady from the first set of stories, using your anger and rage instead of allowing in love. And it's weird how when we're covering Maceo's part of the story in this issue, it's light and airy and stuff like that, but here it's very dark, very depressing, ugly, and they find one of old Golganoza map that Maceo would make, and if you knew how to open it, it would be able to show you the directions to the City of Love, and that's where they want to go, these Red Riders and these other type of people, as Esmeralda called them, because what they want to do is they want to finally take that power source that was being used to run Golganoza and use it to blow up the world or to destroy the world. And it looks like it's going to be up to Maceo and Esmeralda to figure out how to fix that. Now, and then we pick up with Maceo again. The one guy is Filio. The guy is Filio, and the chick is named Rita. And they met at he met Filio earlier, and then Rita later on, and they kind of fell in love, all of them. And here's Esmeralda. Esmeralda, give old Stone Cold a kiss. She's slapping the feelings out of her face because she thinks that being tough is where you need to be at in your life. And Maceo, even though he's living a life of love, so to speak, now, his thoughts and his emotions keep running back to the failing of Golganoza and the failing of him and Esmeralda's life together. And he's just really feeling like he's got to make a difference, because when they mentioned Golganoza to him very early on in this series, that's how he was realizing that that's why he was realizing maybe Esmeralda was somehow involved or anything like that, because how would they know what Golganoza is? So basically what he told his two lovers here is to go continue the plan to go to the mountains range, and he'll catch up with them when he's done with Esmeralda and Golganoza and all that stuff. And he does one last parting hug to them, because he even explains that it took him years to even show any sort of affection to them. And here we see uh, Maceo going, Esmeralda going, and these Red Riders going to Goganoza. And we're going to see if they get stopped. These guys get stopped by them. Now, of course, what's going to happen is, well, there's only going to be really three options of how this can end for Esmeralda and Maceo. They either die in each other's arms trying to complete the mission. One of them dies and the other survives. Or they both survive and then, stay together, continue their ways separately. Because at this part of their life, they're pretty old bags, and they try to do the City of Love. They try to do it separately, but as everyone realizes, you need some help from your friends once in a while, even if you haven't heard from them. And I just think that this was a good beginning to the end, so to speak, of this series. I feel like I'm probably going to like this set of books better than the second story arc, because I felt like I got why they concentrated so much on building the City of Love, because then when book 3 here comes and it shows all the ugliness that came afterwards, it really goes to show then what was missed and what should be in its place. And I get that, sex, drugs, and rock and roll, baby, right? I'm all down for that. But I think that in their zest for making a City of Love, they really were naive to a lot of things that they weren't thinking about or planning ahead for. And maybe now that they're older, they can teach younger people where they went wrong in this apocalypse, and where they feel like the younger people should be heading to or focusing on now. But we won't find that out until the end of the series on how they end this world or help continue the world. You let me know down below if you like this series or not. At this point, there's only 4 more issues to this. We've been following this story for over a year now. Because between issues 10 and 11, there was like a 2-month rest, so to speak. But yeah, and by the time we finish with this, it'll be over a year and a half of our friends here. So, like I said, the beginning of the end. But that's my thoughts on it. You let me know down below if you have any interest in this series and your thoughts about it. And until next time, peace, Snookums.